Welcome back to Post Time. We've been celebrating this past year with some of my favorite features from 2002, but there was so much more we covered on Post Time. Let's check out some more great moments in this highlights tape. We began this year on a high note, having just won first place for broadcasting excellence in harness racing for last season. So I have to admit there was a little pressure to continue our success, but it turns out that 2002 couldn't have been any better for Post Time, as we celebrated a huge milestone with our 200th episode. Not to mention that on Governor's Cup Day, Matt Sparacino and I hosted the first ever Post Time live show from the Delaware State Fair. There are a lot of different reasons Post Time has been a success. I get a lot of compliments on our educational features, which this past year included the evolution of the horse to the evolution of the starting gate. Other lessons in Harness Racing 101 included everything from a feature on pool recovery after surgery to learning about the sport down under, where many of our new four-legged residents come from. And okay, so my horse star of the future had her share of cameo appearances, but you also got to see national stars from decades ago
And Super Bowl is going away.
to today.
Art Major takes this easily.
On Post Time, we also saw one of the greatest mares in history hang up her bridle to be a broodmare. And all of her friends came out for a huge shindig to wish the Queen of Delmarva a happy and healthy retirement. Annabelle is the best mare ever. Last year, we even took you to the grand opening of a very rare Currier and Ives exhibit at the Delaware Agricultural Museum. And we got to tag along with Ed Banning and his cuddly Clydesdale to visit a nursing home. They say the hardest thing to do is work with animals or kids. I had to do both, but it was great. We met Eric Davis, one of the youngest self-proclaimed owners in Delaware.
My horse is saying at that camp.
And if I got one compliment on Logan Powell, I got a million of them after I aired the interview with this 4-year-old.
3 spots.
Number 3.
Art dealer.
4.
Shady image. A bridle.
Okay. The black thing that goes over his nose, what is that?
A shadow.
In addition to being an up-and-coming driver trainer, it also looks like he'll be a future track man.
You need to clean the poop off the track.
A lot of people say they watch the show to see a much younger horseman-to-be, my son Wyatt. But other people say they just watch to see what I'm going to do next. So quiet on the set. What the heck? Just use your hands. I promise your horse is not going to care. So good. So stick around. I had to get my hair dyed red and white. Can you see my hair?
Everybody ought to see that.
However, I think it's my guests who really do the entertaining. Did you know Bill Dawkins is not only a senior Olympian, but an auctioneer? And when I asked him to give me a sample of his talent, he said,
"With my teeth in or out?" No, I'm just
I got a lesson on growing watermelons from owner Glenn Givens.
I do watermelon.
And a dance lesson from Frank Gannon. We saw one of the greatest comebacks in history right here in Delaware with Hervé Filion. Hey, it's my show and I can play favorites a little, especially when my guest tells me this.
You're a beautiful girl and you know it. So why you ask me a question like that? You know you're a beautiful girl.
We all know that Eddie Davis hit his 8,000th career win. But we also found out a little something about his wife, Kathy, too. She only had how many kids?
Just the 3.
Just 3, that's
Just
all.
3.
Just 3 kids.
If she was Amish, she'd have 23 by now.
So on that note, it's easy to see that in 2002 the Delmarva Standardbred Stars were shining brighter than ever. It's the great horses and horse people that really make Post Time a success. Thanks for a wonderful year.